3 minutes to go, baby, and we will be officially live for Saturday night's main event. Pretty friggin' insane, and your boy is pretty friggin' happy with it. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I am feeling good. I'm looking really red. I always feel like I look red on that side of the screen, but let me make sure I don't actually look red, because I might, and if I do, it's a problem. Is it a problem? I hope y'all are having a very good night. No, I don't look red. I hope y'all are having a good night. I am excited to have a good night because I get to see my boy Seth Rollins compete tonight. I also get to see R-Truth. I love R-Truth. I also get to see CM Punk and Braun Breaker and Jey Uso. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night for the most part. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest is going to be a certified banger. And I guess maybe I'm kind of happy about getting to see John Cena tonight. We'll see. We'll see. It has been well documented on this channel that I am not a huge fan of the Cena heel turn thus far. I do like it in concept, in theory. However, there is a lot not loving. Creative, how you doing tonight? Yeet! Your boy's excited. I'm excited Yeet has come back so strong after that. When did that start? Because the earliest I saw Yeet, if anybody remembers, was the Vine of, like, it's like a 13-year-old girl, and her friend hands her a soda, and she just goes, "This bitch empty," and turns around into a crowded hallway and just throws it and goes, "Yeet!" And that was the first time I had ever heard Yeet. Yeah, apparently it's from Vine. Throwing a soda can while yelling Yeet. Featured a child doing a dance that inspired tributes and copycats. You never know what to expect. We got less than 30 seconds. I am watching this on YouTube Canada. That's right. Apparently outside the US, this stuff is just on YouTube. Kind of crazy. Kind of freaking deacon insane. I guess it's a rights issue. I don't know. We'll see. I do want predictions, though. Are we going to get a big return here tonight? Lots of rumors about Cody Rhodes. A handful of rumors about Roman Reigns. That would be kind of wild. But I'm just excited to finally get to watch some wrestling. It has been a little bit live in 5 minutes. They AuggieBOG'd me. Commercial break in progress. Please stay tuned. Crazy. Absolutely insane. They AuggieBOG'd me. I do this all the time where I say I'll go live. Oh, never mind. I thought they AuggieBOG'd me. WWE in some hot water right now with a lot of different creative choices they've been doing. Turn the volume up a teeny bit. Jacob, how you doing tonight, buddy? I was wondering if I was going to get to see you. Yeah, this next week's podcast, we got a lot to talk about. I am so excited, though, for Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. I don't care what people say. Saturday night's main event is baller as fuck. Hey. I'm really hoping for a Priest victory tonight. That would be huge. Chelsea Green. All right. least we got a women's match on there. Chelsea's so good. Who the hell are these two clowns? He's wearing a Mona Lisa shirt? Jey Uso just gets better and better, dude. Better get some Jesse Ventura, baby. Oh. 80s vignette? Man, I miss... Roddy Piper's death is probably the one. I just love yeeting with Usos. So true. Roddy Piper's death was probably the death that hit me harder than anybody else's. Like, I was so young when Guerrero Benoit happened. I wasn't even alive for... Was I alive for Owen? Was that 97 or 99? I think Owen was 99. So I was a baby for Owen. Jesus. Braun's a certified star, man. Braun's going to be so big. You watch Raw this week? I watched the highlights, so I know what happened for it. But I did watch... What the hell was Raw this week? The podcast kind of messed me up because we had to do a double Raw breakdown. And so they're kind of running together. Raw results. 5 days ago. Ah, it's so good to see him. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was Rhea. The Rhea match was sick. The Braun Breaker Jey Uso stuff was sick, too. My match of the night, though, was Roxanne. Just for the sole reason of Lyra and Becky's. Yeah, that was Zoe. That was Zoe Stark creative. It was wild. I did, Jacob. On Wyatt's birthday. Jesse Ventura still rocking the tassels is my favorite thing. Oh my God! Jesus! A little hot under the collar there. You think Mike Tyson will take another dive? Jesus. Whoa! Hell of a way to start off Saturday nights. No new entrance music for Saturday night's main event. Lots of rumors we're getting a Sammy turn tonight and vintage third man situation. Yeah, Jacob, I can't believe... I love the vintage rampway. That it's just this metal guardrail going through the audience. Not even a straight line. Honestly, the 80s run of Saturday Night's Main Event were great. But, like, the GOATs remember when they brought this back, like, in the mid-2000s? Bro, they had some crazy matches for Saturday Night's Main Event. Shawn Michaels versus Shane McMahon in a street fight. Playing Obsession is the official theme, and I've been listening to that song for months. Is crazy. Key, they're probably watching you. I would delete your internet history. This is going to be good. No injuries. No injuries tonight. That's all I'm hoping for. Yo, imagine Roman comes back and sides with Seth. That would be so wild. Braun Breaker is going to... It's ridiculous how young he is and how talented he already is. Jacob, I think I did. I haven't responded to it yet. I've had a crazy couple days of recording and editing, trying to get Brokemon caught up for the Pokemon D&D campaign I've been running. Like, after stream tonight, I have to edit a 5.5 hours of footage to get it uploaded for tomorrow. Your boy's been exhausted. I have to somehow cut 5.5 hours down to less than 2 hours. I don't want Sammy to be the third man, just for the sole reason that just a couple weeks ago, he cost Seth the world title. And if this was the plan, it doesn't make sense why Seth would cost himself the world title just to get an edge up over Punk. 80s music is fire. They actually played Punk's song here over my hometown's radio station. And Destiny happened to be driving. Destiny lives over in Washington, and I live in Montana. And Destiny happened to be driving through Montana, heading back home while they were playing it. And we both messaged each other at the same time, hey, this is playing at the radio station. Pretty wild. We got pretty hype about it. Catching up on the Breaking Bad reactions. Let's go, Jacob. We've been blazing through. We just started season 4. That season 4 episode 1 goes up on Sunday. So I gotta finish editing that too. That's tomorrow's project. And we're going straight into it. No bell rang yet. So anything is fair game. Rollins can come back in this ring with a steel chair right now. And there's no disqualification yet until 2 men start this match out. Oh. Uh-oh. There you go. 2 men. The old ref attire is pretty good. Is he wearing the bow tie? I didn't even notice. He better be wearing the bow tie. Turn around, ref. Oh. He is wearing the bow tie. Let's go. Let's go. Holy hell. It's been 30 seconds. Jim Cornette's going to hate this match. God, that was a... Yeah. Already commercial break, by the way. Wild. We're having commercial breaks during the matches because it's Saturday night's main event. Why is Punk wearing that? Wearing the shirt? Do you guys have commercial breaks, or am I getting commercial breaks because I'm in Canada? I don't believe they're showing this on Netflix. I tried to pull it up on Netflix, and apparently internationally, the only way to really watch this is via WWE's YouTube. Yeah. Wild. I have ads. It's on Peacock. Yeah, I literally just have a screen. This is what my screen... Pretty wild. So I don't even get commercial breaks. I just have to sit here in silence. So how's y'all's night going? Jacob, I appreciate the fact that you've been commenting on the podcast and bringing up like your own hot takes and things like that. Now I'm really concerned, Key, because I don't know what the hell's going on your screen. Legally, I don't even think that's an ad. Log cabin like the syrup? Getting commercials? I figured you were getting commercials. I've gotten collectively 6 hours of sleep the last 3 days. It's pretty wild. Also, why is that so far behind on my end? Nah, that's a ring company? No way. Sissy's Log Cabin is a ring company? Arkansas's finest jewelry store. Oh. Key, everybody maybe knows where what state Key lives in. To be fair, Key is technically the one who doxed herself. That wasn't me there. I just drew attention to it. Very passionate about wrestling. I could talk about it all day, so I'm more than happy to leave comments, Jacob. That's what I'd like to see, man. I like that passion. I like that energy. It's kind of crazy. Jacob, you found the channel from... Did you come in during Death Battle reactions or ERB reactions? Because that was a long time ago, man. We're back! Yeah, I remember Louis' doxing everybody phase. That was kind of wild that we didn't ban him then. ERB reactions? Let's go. What does that sign say? My says is for baller? What do we just joined the server and got doxed? Yeah. Oh! The hot tag already? Okay. There we go. There you go, Key. Oh. Oh! Damn, that's pretty smooth with it. Little clunky, but there was no hesitation there. They went for that. And Jacob, that's what I like to see, dog. Oh! Damn! We got a Macho Man elbow drop? Throw the ones! Hey! Oh. You know what's really cool? The fact the ring mat just says Saturday night's main event. There's not ads and logos everywhere. It's just a nice, clean logo in the dead center of the ring of the actual show. Damn. Oh! We're wasting no time with this match. All right. Hey, I love when he does that. Joey is only 2 hours long. I guess that's fair. It's just 2 hours with commercials, too. This is wild. Ain't no way they're doing another commercial already. This show is fucked. This might be the last Saturday night's main event. So, if y'all want to actually join me next week, it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to be doing... let me get you the exact... I mentioned it on the podcast. ECW One Night Stand 2006. Let me read through this match card right now. This is in memory of Sabu. This is a very, very crazy... They do have time constraints. Yeah, this is crazy. I can't believe how short that commercial break was. But yeah, next Saturday, during this time frame at 5:55, I will go live. 6 o'clock, I will be starting the show. We got Taz versus Jerry Lawler. We have Kurt Angle versus Randy Orton. We have the FBI, which is Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke, versus Yoshihiro Tajiri and Super Crazy. We have Rey Mysterio versus Sabu for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Edge, Mick Foley, and Lita Wild versus Terry Funk, Tommy Dreamer, and Balula McGillicuddy. Wild match. Balls Mahoney versus Masato Tanaka, and Rob Van Dam versus John Cena for the WWE Championship in Rob Van Dam's Money in the Bank cash-in match. So, it's going to be a hell of a show. I'm really excited for it. That Edge match is nuts. Yeah, it's going to be... I'm going to start doing some more bouncing around with the reactions. I was going to continue just doing the WrestleMania rewatch until we hit, 41 or 42. Depending on what WrestleMania we're at by the time I do them all, and then move on to like SummerSlam or Royal Rumble. But then it's just so almost monotonous. Whereas this way, I could be like, you know what? Like, Sabu just passed. We can do a really good Sabu match in tribute. I looked at the best Sabu matches. I picked a really good pay-per-view. One Night Stand 2006, so we get to do that instead of just doing another WrestleMania. So... the classic watch-alongs. I like the bouncing around a lot better. I think it's going to be hype. It makes it so... it adds that whole layer of unpredictability, and we can add a lot more relevance to... if Sabu hadn't passed, I was originally looking at Capital Punishment, I think is what it was called, 2011, which was the original John Cena versus R-Truth for the WWE Championship back in, 2011. So... there was also the Christian Randy Orton feud, which I haven't seen any of those matches. I haven't even seen the John Cena R-Truth. I just didn't watch wrestling at that time. I was in foster care and I kind of didn't have access to it. So, and people can also recommend pay-per-views. But yeah, I really like that fact that we can just bounce around from show to show and we can also just tie it in with current wrestling. Is really cool. These commercial breaks are insane. I can't get over how clean this ring looks, though. I'm very happy there's no logos right here. If I could change one thing about modern wrestling, it would be I miss the clean ring mat. Whoop! Double clothesline. Here comes Hogan! Here comes Hogan! I'm just kidding. Imagine if Hogan's the third man again. How crazy would that be? Literally 30 years later. Get it together. Another hot tag. Here we go. Okay. The problem with this match thus far is they're having the heels get the upper hand during the commercial breaks. So for the audience that's watching this with ads, it just looks like Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins are a bunch of chumps and haven't done like any offense this whole match outside of a pedigree. Like every time we come back, it's Breaker and Zayn. It's Breaker and Zayn. It's Punk and Zayn just kicking their ass. Huh? Oh! Oh! Not gonna lie, until he said Bronson Reed, I really thought that was Jeff Cobb. I literally said, is that Jeff Cobb? I fully thought that was Jeff Cobb, and I was like, what are we doing, guys? Is this the third man? Last time we saw him was injuring Seth Rollins. Well, last time Rollins saw him. Is this the third man? Or is this just him coming back and he wanted to take out Punk? Yeah. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. The big story here is Braun didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah. Oh! Oh my God! Oh, damn. This did just get a lot better. This did just get a lot better. Damn, yeah, and the last time the match Bronson Reed got injured in was against CM Punk. They were on opposing teams. I forgot about that. I think it makes sense for Reed. He kind of lacked opportunity. It makes sense for Reed to take this deal. I don't know if it makes sense for Rollins to make this deal. Reed's powerful. He's a great ally. The problem is Braun was already kind of feeling... Oh, damn. That was some Shawn Michaels disrespect. Oh, I don't talk what Chelsea does. Kathy Kelly fucking slaying, though? Jesus. Yeah, it kind of makes sense for Rollins. The problem is Breed and Braun are very, very similar archetypes. And so it's going to cause natural tension in the group. That's why when I pitched somebody, I pitched a tag team. So that way the tag team wouldn't be in direct conflict. What's the group's name? 3MB, baby! Zelina's 100% winning this, right? I could barely hear the music. Okay, Michael, I'd never say that again. Another commercial break. Let's go, baby. Capital Punishment. (2011). So Capital Punishment, which I still think I might do soon, just because it's such a weird show. 9-match card, Santino and Vladimir Kozlov versus Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the U.S. Championship. The Miz versus Alex Riley is kind of wild. Big Show versus Alberto Del Rio. We can skip that one when we get to it. Wade Barrett versus Ezekiel Jackson for the Intercontinental Championship. That's wild. CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. Randy Orton versus Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship. Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger. And then R-Truth versus John Cena. Yeah, Capital Punishment would be wild to watch. There are so many options and so many things that, like, my mind runs to. Met Big Show at airport. Like, I love the Big Show. I love the Big Show with a passion. However, as much love as I have for the Big Show, I have the same amount of hatred for Alberto Del Rio. I never in my life have I enjoyed Alberto Del Rio. What big matches have you not seen? Jacob, I haven't watched. In terms of, I'm just going to focus mainly on WWE from like 2000. I haven't seen any pay-per-views besides certain matches, like any DX match, any Shawn Michaels match I have seen during the second run. But any pay-per-view outside of WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble matches, I have not seen from 2006 like onwards. From like 2006 to like 2016. Any matches at all, any storylines from 2009, mid 2009, all the way up through like WrestleMania 25 was my last wrestling pay-per-view I watched before I went into foster care, and I didn't get to pick up wrestling again until WrestleMania 31. So every event between that, I have not seen. I have only seen a handful of matches. Like, I saw the Rock Cena's. I saw the Triple H Undertakers. I got to see Undertaker Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 26. Eventually, like years later. But for the most part, like, there's still a lot of big matches I haven't seen. Of course, I know what happens in them for the most part, right? Like, for the secondary titles or just, like, singles grudge matches, I haven't seen. And I don't really remember the result as much. But that's why I'm really excited for the WrestleMania rewatch, is because a lot of the early WrestleManias I actually haven't seen. The Attitude Era ones I actually haven't seen. My first WrestleMania I got to see was WrestleMania 21. And I watched everyone after that up to WrestleMania 26. And then I've seen every WrestleMania since WrestleMania 31. 31 I got back into wrestling, and I've seen everyone since. I'm not opposed to watching NXT. I think my big issue with NXT is very similar to my big issue with AEW. And that's the lack of selling. Selling, to me, is the most important part of wrestling. If you hit a big move, and I don't even mean, like, finishers have to end matches kind of thing, where it's like, oh, if you hit a finisher, your opponent should stay down. To me, the big issue with it is, like, the perfect example was the Adam Cole Ricochet match, when it's probably the greatest super kick of all time, where Ricochet did the moonsault from, like, running to the ropes, did the moonsault, was mid-backflip, and Adam Cole hit a super kick on him. And then there was no false finish. There wasn't a pin. There wasn't a break in the match. They just moved on to the next spot. As, like, it was a 2-second delay. He stood back up. He grabbed Ricochet, picked him up, hit his next move, and then it was a false finish. Stuff like that drives me insane, because that could have been one of the coolest spots in NXT history, and instead it's just a mini highlight reel thing. Yeah, we don't need a recap, Michael Cole. This is also a big problem in wrestling right now. The constant recaps during shows almost incentivizes not watching the show from the beginning. I could have skipped that whole match and just listened to that recap, and I missed literally nothing. Yeah, they just showed everything. I might as well skip the whole first hour of the show, and they're going to recap it for me. I don't even think increasing runtime is, because they're at a set runtime. They could add this extra time to matches. I think the idea behind it is to make it so at any point in time, I'm not desensitized. Desensitized. If I come home an hour late from work and the pay-per-view's already an hour in, instead of me being like, oh, I might as well skip the pay-per-view, it only has an hour left, I could still watch it and they will catch me up. That's why they try to do it. So if you're randomly tuned into Monday Night Raw, you didn't really miss anything, they're going to catch you up. She's 4-0 against Chelsea Green. That's crazy. Beefy jerk is maybe the best sign I've seen in a while. Wendy Richter. That's one I would love to go back and watch. Moolah losing the title after the longest title reign in history. Technically, it ended like 3 separate times, but that's not recognized. Moolah held the title. You think Roman Reigns' run, 4 years as champion, was long? Moolah's title reign was like 26 years long. 26 years. Kurt Angle sleep darting him and shaving his head made me love him. I missed that message, but yes. Yes, Big Show is incredible. Oh. More aggressive, Chelsea Green tonight. Oh. Very similar attires for both of these women. Oh. I like this extended camera shot here. Title run ended too early. I don't even think her title reign ended early. It's a mark of a great competitor being able to lose a match. I talk about it a lot on the podcast. It's kind of the Ric Flair effect, where it almost adds stock to your character, where the audience loves if you can lose any big match. Like, at any point on any night, Ric Flair could lose the match, even if he was against the world's worst jobber. And it would always add so much more interest into Ric Flair's matches. Zelina's... Is she wearing a wig? Oh! My God. Yeah, I think Chelsea's been more interesting since losing the title. Because they never had her defend it, really. Looks like a wig. Okay. That's a hell of a pin. I broke my collarbone back in 2015, and now I have, like, no flexibility in my, like, shoulder socket behind here. Like, I used to be hella flexible. I could, like, do all sorts of shit, like stretches behind my back. Now, like, I can't touch my hands. I can clasp my hands behind my back, like, if you were in handcuffs, and I can't lift my hands off my back. So every time I see moves like that, it makes me wince, like, 3 times harder than I used to. And Key, I'm pretty sure you asked, okay? Oh. Hey. Ooh. Nice. I do love Zelina's clotheslines. Wig's on pretty tight if that's a wig, Key. Oh, Jesus. Oh, on prettier. Oh. Oh, damn. Michael Jackson wore wigs after the incident. You know what's crazy about the Michael Jackson incident? Is, like, somebody went and did the math, and that incident at the Pepsi commercial was the exact halfway point in his life. Like, that literally marked 50% of his life lived. Oh my God. Oh my God, she just almost got hit by the fucking drone. She literally just almost hit her in the head with a fucking drone. She's bleeding from her nose. It was a hell of a spot to end the match, but holy hell. Damn. Damn! She's gonna... Okay. Of course I hope Chelsea's okay, but her promos... What?! Okay. Kind of wild. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest? No, it's going to be Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. Wild. I can't stand her. I can't stand her with a passion. She's almost as bad as Sexy Red. My everything. Yeah, Chelsea Green is going to run with this. That busted open nose. They really needed to show that shot. That could have been... It would not have been as big as the Becky Lynch moment, but they really needed to stay on her for a moment with the blood trickling down. I get they probably wouldn't because it's NBC or whatever. Yeah. We're literally... This is crazy. Yeah, we have 3 matches left. Main event has to be Uso versus Logan Paul. There's no way it's not. I wonder if the 619 is what broke her nose. If she broke her nose. I actually want to see. I forgot I can instant replay here. I would not. I would prefer Priest McIntyre closing the night, but I don't think it's going to be that. Yeah, she's checking her nose when she's down on the mat there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was definitely the 619. Yeah. It was 100% the 619. That's wild. Your eyebrow ring hurt internally? I think she's going to be okay. Hopefully there's no concussion. Might have just caught a little stinger on the nose there. Expect a very Trish Stratus-esque... The hell's it called? The whole, I don't want to damage my face, now I'm worried, I'm going to press charges kind of character coming in. I could feel deep pain in my forehead for my... Why? Ma'am, that is my question. I also love pulling up YouTube chat for the actual event itself because they are live on YouTube. They have 129,000 people watching this live. So that's outside of US numbers. Doing that all day, but it's been raining. Okay, well, we need to cancel Rifik Ramil. You're getting canceled, bud. All right, here we go. A lot of N-word in chat? No. Thankfully, no. I don't know. I'm not even in live chat. I was in the censored one. There's still a bunch of people saying L. Actually, I take that back. There's one person saying L 300 times. Toxic cheesecake. Not enjoying the show. What are y'all's opinion on WrestleMania 42 being back in Las Vegas? Second year in a row. Hey! Don't like it? Yeah, I'm pretty pissed at them. Bushwhackers here? Hey! He doing the Bushwhacker walk. That's wild. I will say, apparently it wasn't all TKO and WWE. Of course, we'll talk about it more on the podcast. But apparently that was also on behalf of New Orleans as well. All right, I'll get the full story for the podcast, and me and Destiny will chat about it. Cena vs. Rose was awful because of Travis Scott. The match was all right for the most part. It wasn't a great match, but it wasn't bad. Awful, awful finish. Double wrestling tomorrow. Oh, that's pretty cool. What's on the double or nothing card tomorrow? I like the song a lot. I don't know why they chose this song. Cena, you've only been wrestling for 23, sir. We getting Chain Gang Cena tonight? And walk out like he did ECW One Night Stand. Tying in. I told you. Also, Travis having a title when he came out made it 4 times worse. There's a Magikarp sign in the crowd. That's kind of wild. Preferred R-Truth coming out. I didn't mind Backlash at all. More commercial breaks, baby. Let's go. Double or nothing. Oh. Triple H heard me talking about AEW. This is pretty controversial here, too. Unreal is... I'm still kind of in shock they're doing it. Now we're in a commercial break. Sorry, Triple H. Double or nothing pay-per-view card. 10 matches on the card. Maybe, you never know. We might actually not have a 9-hour pay-per-view. That's kind of cool. Megan Bayne versus... Oh, Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Harley Cameron. Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné, which is the Owen Hart Foundation's Cup Tournament final of the women's side of that. And the winner earns an AEW Women's World Championship match at All In. We also have the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, with MVP and MJF versus the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. I need to get back in AEW. Why the hell are Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara teaming with each other? The iShow Speed Spear was insane. And yeah, that spot at Backlash, Jacob was insane for the... it looked like McIntyre Matt Hardy'd himself on that floor. It was pretty crazy. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa. Tony has to win that, and I'm pretty sure Mercedes has to win. I mean, they could do Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. They could bring Circle around. Wheeler and Harwood versus Garcia and McGuinness. That's going to be a hell of a match. Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet in a stretcher match? Yeah, apparently I know nothing about AEW recently. Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata versus the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Marina Sarif, and Wheeler Yuta, and the Young Bucks. Anarchy in the Arena match. Okada versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the AEW Continental Championship. Trios match, the Paragon, which is Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong versus the Don Callis family. Takeshita, Fletcher, and Alexander. And then Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay in the finals of the Men Owen Hart's Foundation Cup Tournament. And the winner of that will get an AEW World Championship opportunity. No AEW World Title defense. Last Anarchy in the Arena, Jack Perry was set on fire. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the Anarchy in the Arena match. Are those the same ones? Is that the one they started during COVID? And the first one like had Chris Jericho in it and they were like in a whole football stadium? Is that the same style of match? Yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society versus the Blackpool Combat Club. Blackpool Combat Club. Jon Moxley has been in almost every single one of these. That's kind of crazy. Stadium Stampede. Yeah, that's why it wasn't. Wow. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about regarding TKO and WWE and the kind of money greed pit that they've found themselves in. Imagine watching a car accident happen down there. Like, it's had to have happened once or twice. Thanks, Michael Cole, for whispering pants down in my ear again. Appreciate it. Cena's last fan. Destiny's prediction was R-Truth wins this and thinks he's won the title and leaves with the championship. Hence the thumbnail on the Saturday night's main event prediction video. You know how Double or Nothing was? I would appreciate that. I'm definitely not going to be watching. I'm already behind enough as is on editing. Cena eats corn the long way. Let's go. Yeah, I just miss Cena, man. I miss Cena so much. One win and 2 losses against R-Truth is wild. Lillian looks fucking incredible tonight. I'll just say that. That's maybe the coolest dress I've seen in the last 40 years of my life. The John Cena Gollum sign is wild. Give you perspective of an AEW, which is fine. I prefer that. Jacob, it's cool that you don't like wrestling the way I like wrestling. Because you always come at it from a different angle. Hey! Hey! Okay, hold on. Ron Cena, baby. The fact Truth has turned this bit... It was like 6-7 years ago when he brought this up for the first time that he's like, John Cena was my childhood hero. And he's turned this bit into this moment is amazing. My prediction here was that Cena's actually going to win. Because I think, Jacob, a lot of people are going to share that opinion. That they made it non-title so R-Truth can get this win. I think this is just tying into the John Cena ruins wrestling character. And that he's going to beat the hell out of R-Truth here. I hope I'm wrong. I would be very happy if R-Truth wins tonight. Yeah, Cena's about to... Yeah. Jesus. I thought he was going to go for the pin for a second. He's going to whip him with a shirt. Tell me he whips him with a shirt. Truth wins. He's definitely taking the title. Yeah. They're definitely doing Jesse Ventura for McIntyre Priest. They gotta be. What is he picking up? His earrings? Ref, can we get the earrings out of the ring, please? Before somebody lands on them? The ref is not paying attention. Ref, there are sharp, pointing, metallic objects in the ring. No, I think he's just... That's... I don't think he's actually disgusted by the earrings. Yeah, just imagine he hits the attitude adjustment here and that's it. Okay. Ugh. How's it feel, John? Hey! Damn! Yeah, show him how to do it, Ron. Ref, can you... Yeah. Yeah. Looks like they finally cleaned up the earrings, maybe. Nope, never mind. It's still sitting there. Yeah. This ain't the moment. Cena loses the match, he does this. Yeah, low blow right here, baby. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. I'm pretty damn smart. Not surprised. Ref's like, I just set this down. I don't know if they do a return here without this being the main event. Damn. That was no hands. Hulk Hogan? Hulk Hogan? Wild. Was the best decision. See, I don't know if it was the best decision. It's a very interesting for a heel character. But I hate the fact this is his last year competing. They're ending it with Uso Paul. These guys have been beating the hell out of each other. That was a great moment. On YouTube is only... I know! It's crazy. Do you have ads right now, Jacob, or are you getting the... On Peacock, are you getting ads, or are you getting the preview for the McIntyre-Priest feud? Getting the preview? Okay. At least they're doing the preview and not giving you extra ads in the US. Now I spoke too soon. We're doing ads. So Destiny and I both have... No, hold on. It says Trick Williams is wild. They also need to either bring the old voice back or just make this new voice more intense for the previews. Not the previews, for the, like, essentially what we just watched, the Battleground. It literally used to be like, and now, WrestleMania 41 begins. It was like fucking Optimus Prime smoked a bowl of hash and was really excited to watch wrestling. That just fucked up my voice for the rest of the night, so that's pretty cool. Battleground. What is on the Battleground card? Besides the 3 matches we got shown there. Six-match card. We have Obafemi. Oh, that's right. Versus Miles. That's going to be a hell of a match. That really is. Vacure versus Grace is going to be sick. Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams. Tony D'Angelo versus Channing Lorenzo. Sol Ruca versus Kalani Jordan. That's wild. Kind of crazy that Shawn Michaels knows how to book multiple women's matches on the same card. 6 matches, and 2 of them are women's matches. What a concept. Hank and Tank, Hank Walker and Tank Ledger and Josh Briggs versus The Culling, Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Sean Spears. Jordan versus Stephanie is going to be kind of wild. Am I a Joe Lever? No. I don't mind Joe Hendry. I really don't. I'm not in love. Destiny's like head over heels for Joe Hendry. Like his character, of course, she's not actually in love with him. She's only in love with her husband and Markiplier. And he's learned to live with that. Not a fan. The meme is pretty good. He's all right. It's just the unfortunate fact that the easiest way to get over is to make yourself a meme. Not by being this like crazy badass amazing guy. The easiest way to get over is just by memeing yourself. I wonder though, like, as they start to incorporate him into WWE, because like Triple H said to him backstage after the WrestleMania match against Randy Orton, he said this is the first of many in terms of like WrestleMania matches that he's going to have. And I really wonder, because I don't see Joe Hendry in WWE. I don't know how to describe it. I know he was just at WrestleMania. Like, his surprise appearance gimmick works. I can't see him as a regular competitor. I'm really interested to see how they're going to utilize him as a week-to-week character. Because right now, like, his sporadic appearances, like here in the Rumble, here at Mania, he's great. He seems like a great guy. I've seen a handful of... Well... Nope. Dumping your ass out? Yeah. A lot on Jey Uso's mind. I am wondering, though. I want to watch this! Oh! Tatanka, baby! That's my boy! I do not stand the disrespect, Destiny! Yes! All right, Jesse. Jesse! My mom's like arguing with each other still. So I really think me and Destiny have split opinions on this matchup. Destiny thinks McIntyre wins this and it ends the feud. I've seen a lot of people online think Damian Priest is going to win by escaping the cage, so McIntyre doesn't look weak. Those are some kick-ass knee pads. But genuinely, I do think this is going to end with... I think Damian Priest is going to pin Drew McIntyre clean in the middle of the ring. Yeah, Jesse, be quiet for a second. Claymore's Priest through the cage. No, I think Priest needs a clean victory here tonight. South of Heaven off the cage. It's gonna need to be something big. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Cole, we know it's presented by Dude Wipes. Oh my god, I do have a floss here. It's true. Y'all remember when Damian Priest had the cringy, like, archer gimmick? It wasn't really an archer gimmick, but he would do, like, the bow and arrow pose during his entrance. We got 40 minutes left. Match has not started yet, by the way. Oh, Jim Cornette's not going to be happy. Walk away for 20 minutes and miss nothing. Yeah, just wait for the next recap. Creative. Ugh. Every match started with a brawl? Pretty much. I guess Cena's didn't really. It was more of a, like... He just attacked him from behind real quick, but it was still in the ring. Oh! These men are going to be beating the hell out of each other tonight. Yeah, Creative, you came back at the right time, man. You came back for the right match. Cena vs. R-Truth was just bad. Jesus. It continues next. I do want to see the pay-per-view schedule coming up. Premium live event schedule. Jesus, okay, well, I'm looking at the pay-per-view schedule from 1996. That's kind of a problem. God, it's crazy how many annual pay-per-views there are a year now. Yeah, we have... Worlds Collide is coming up, too. Hold on. Worlds Collide is the same night as Money in the Bank? Will air on the afternoon of Money in the Bank. They're essentially treating it like a pre-show, almost, it seems. They're in different venues, but they're in the same location. They're both in Inglewood, California. Huh. I really need to get more into lucha wrestling. Gable on that card is going to be sick, though. I am excited about that. Then we have... God, they're doing Saturday night's main event in Evolution. They're 100% doing that just to go up against AEW's. That's kind of sleazy. That's crazy. And the first two-part SummerSlam coming up this year. Two-night SummerSlam is wild. They're going to have a big card. They need to start building that, like, now. That's the first week of August. They got a little over 2 months to kind of build hype enough to make people want to watch 2 nights of SummerSlam. Wild. Learning about all the good. I love how I just get this blank screen here. Instead of airing the event, they're just saying commercial break in progress. Please stay tuned. Is crazy. I don't even get to watch a commercial. I just get a commercial break in progress. Please stay tuned. Don't remember the last time I watched a full review because they make it so you don't even have to. The second anything happens on Raw, the second a match ends, 3 minutes later, the highlights are posted on YouTube. Oh! Jacob? Jacob? Hey, yo. That was a pretty good, subtle reference. He's going for the razor's edge, and he did the AO. Almost a Claymore-like kick there. That's right, Ventura. Is Priest trying to escape? He's up there. It's a very precarious situation here. Y'all remember like the fight pit match between Rollins and Riddle a couple years ago? Yikes. Oh my god. Oh, yikes. Oh my god! Okay. Oh my god. God, it didn't look like he was getting him over there for a second. Nice. That was pretty good, Ventura. Sir, you're facing the wrong way. Yeah. Oh, damn. Favorite steel cage matches: Eddie Guerrero, JVL. Yeah. I think my favorite steel cage match will either be Jeff Hardy, Joey Mercury, or no, Jeff Hardy, Johnny Nitro. Damn. This is McIntyre's kryptonite. A Jeff Hardy, Johnny Nitro, or Jeff Hardy, Umaga. Damn. I thought they were shouting, "Oh, you should retire," not "Oh, Drew McIntyre." Yeah, getting a little physical here. Okay. Oh, we've seen this. Oh, not this time. Claymore? Claymore? Oh. I thought Priest was going to hit McIntyre with a Claymore successfully there. Oh, okay. Ugh. Somebody's been watching Vince Undertaker versus Maven. Rollins Punk at the start of the year was really good too in Steel Cage. Yeah. Yeah. His former mentor, Edge. Oh! Oh! Damn, son! Oh, pin him, Priest. What are you doing? Okay. Damn. Damn. Yeah, come on, man! Cole's name is Cope, actually. Damn. You can walk out the door. Yeah, Ventura's pissed. Gotta love Jesse. He's bobbing out. Yeah, he's pissed. This is probably the last time we see him on commentary. All right. 25 minutes left. So another 15 minutes of ads and then 8 minutes of wrestling, baby. Let's go. It's kind of interesting. I'll see if they do the... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at this. I still think CM Punk's the perfect person to win Money in the Bank this year. I think a world champ Seth Rollins and a WWE champ John Cena with a Money in the Bank holder CM Punk would be amazing. I think it's interesting they had Cena there before this match, before the last match, McIntyre Priest. They had Cena kind of corner Jey Uso backstage and give him that reverse pep talk, so to speak. Because it almost seems like they're setting up a Jey Uso versus John Cena match, which would imply that John Cena... they would imply Jey Uso would be losing his championship soon. And instead of getting a rematch for the world title, they would instead put him in a match against John Cena, which is very interesting. I think the big question is we need to start looking at the SummerSlam card because it's 2 nights. They need to start putting matches to paper. I think it's going to be I think the lines are going to be drawn. I think we're going to get the finale in the saga of Seth Rollins, CM Punk at SummerSlam. I do think we're going to get Goldberg versus Gunther. I do think we are going to get... Roman Reigns has to be on the card. Cena has to be on the card, and Cena Uso doesn't feel big enough, but I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. We've talked about Becky Lynch Bayley. I just don't even know. Jade versus Tiffy? There's a lot of things open in the air. SummerSlam, despite only being about 2 months away, it feels like it's 12. They kind of need to start building that hype. Where is SummerSlam this year? It's a good question. It is actually at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. 2025 SummerSlam. Interesting. Yeah, no info. The poster does have a picture. I will show this on screen here. This is the poster. So the poster does have Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, CM Punk, Bianca, Tiffany, and Rhea. Very interesting group of people to have on that poster, considering the fact half of them, not half of them, I won't say that, but quite a few of them aren't even competing right now. Cody Rhodes has not been seen in a while. Bianca, what has Bianca been doing? Cody versus Travis? I hope not. There are rumors they're building to a tag team match. Of all people, Logan Paul, Travis Scott, and John Cena, which would be crazy, in a tag team match against Cody Rhodes and the Usos. Would be wild. Hey! Speaking of... Yeah. Bray Wyatt's dad. He's going to make one more dig at the escaping the cage. It's going to be wild. It is going to be wild. Very much about to happen. Get those yeets ready. Something needs to happen with Logan tonight, though. I will say that. Logan can't just take another clean loss in a world title match. Jesus. I do wonder what Cody's doing at SummerSlam, and I really hope it's not Cody Cena. That rematch needs to happen, but I don't want it at SummerSlam. Here we go. Logan Paul getting the main event entrance slot. It's kind of wild. Debut? Damn! I love the Solo Sikoa sign in the crowd. Keep the beat, child! It's your moment! There you go! Yeet! Okay. Okay, relax, child. Child's about to have a stroke. Child has a new core memory and probably a doctor's appointment. Yeah. I knew there was another commercial break. Those sons of bitches. I told you guys. I told you guys. By the time this match starts, it is going to be 10 minutes left in the show. Yeah, it's kind of insane that John Cena's last scheduled match right now is a Saturday night's main event. Really makes me curious as to what that plan is. Also, rocking the classic Heartbreak Kid shirt. This is one of my favorite Shawn Michaels shirt designs. Gotta rock the wrestling merch during the wrestling stream. I was wearing a Rated R Superstar tank top, showing off the guns, but the whole face cam, my face cam's normally like this big, right? This big, your boy ain't wearing no tank top that big. Nah, too much expose going on. Y'all think John Cena's white? I'm pretty bad. I'm pretty bad. Shawn Michaels on your wrestling Mount Rushmore. I don't think you can go wrong with having Shawn Michaels on your wrestling Mount Rushmore. Jacob, so you got to hear mine. Who's on your Mount Rushmore? And anybody else kind of lurking in chat, if you want to send yours, I'd be very interested to kind of break these down as we go through this match. Because I don't think this match is going to be anything crazy special. But yeah, you definitely can't go wrong with a Shawn Michaels on your wrestling Mount Rushmore. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, John Cena, I can understand. Rock and Austin, I can also understand. Hogan, I can understand. Flair, I can understand. I think it ultimately just comes down to what do you value most in wrestling. Because if you're looking at sales, if you're looking at the biggest stars of all time, I do think it has to be basically Hogan, Rock, Austin, and Cena. I think those are the four biggest stars in wrestling. Cena, Michaels, Bryan, and Becky is a hell of a list. I'm not mad at any of those. See, it's funny, because I'm so negative towards... I'm not negative towards Daniel Bryan. I do like Daniel Bryan. But I was not around during his meteoric rise in WWE. He debuted shortly after I was forced to stop watching. And so when I came back, WrestleMania 31 was like my first real impression of Daniel Bryan. I didn't get to see his WrestleMania 30 moment. For me, WrestleMania 30, I got to read the highlights on my phone, and the only thing that mattered to me was the streak ending. And I was like, okay, wrestling has lost their fucking mind. I don't know what's happening. Why is the streak over? So, I missed Daniel Bryan's whole career arc. I didn't get to see any of it. And then I got to see him at WrestleMania 31, which was kind of cool. And then he retired very shortly after that. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I missed out. And then he was out for a couple years. So, I entirely missed. I need to watch WrestleMania 30. I mean, I've seen the matches now. I have. I haven't seen all of WrestleMania 30. I'll be honest. I still haven't seen John Cena, Bray Wyatt. I still haven't seen the streak end. I almost don't want to. Yeah, 48 right now, chat, and we still got one more entrance. It's going to be 50 when the bell rings. You mark my words. Becky absolutely deserves to be on that list, by the way. Logan, you need a new attire too, bud. Like, maybe this is a new attire, but you can't tell. Stone Cold, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, and Triple H is wild. I love that list. I love Triple H just narrowly missed mine. Same with Edge. The amount of happiness I had when Edge came back, not even because he came back, but because he made it so long in the match. He was one of the final competitors, and they booked him as a serious threat. I thought Edge was going to come back, and he was going to be treated essentially like how they had treated Christian. Like, as like, oh, this is a guy past his prime. He used to be really good. But when they booked him as like this old man badass, I was so friggin' happy. Austin, nobody can knock Austin being on a Mount Rushmore. You just can't argue that. And I honestly believe if Eddie hadn't passed away, he would be regarded as damn near, like, as Shawn Michaels is, he would be as regarded in terms of an overall competitor. We did not get to see the best of Eddie Guerrero before he passed. I hated that moment, Jacob. It's Christian. Yeah, Edge is on my very short list of all-time favorites. Oh. Commentators did Christian. Well, to be fair, they were under orders from Vince. Vince told him, I believe that was Joey Styles. Vince told Joey Styles that he said, I want you to undersell this. He thought it would be funny. Also, if you haven't seen Joey Styles crashing out, where he did his big promo where he took a mic and, Backlash! I'm not good enough for Backlash! Edge is, in my opinion, the greatest heel of all time. Ultimate Opportunist Edge, no, there will never be a better heel in wrestling. I don't care. People thought Roddy Piper is amazing. Roddy Piper was way better on the mic than Edge was. How are we already having another commercial break? This is crazy. I think Roddy Piper gives him a solid run for his money in... there was never a better heel on the mic than Roddy Piper. In terms of, like, the heel you love to laugh at. Like, there's Ric Flair. Like, the one you love to look at and be like, God, I fucking hate this guy. But, like, every time he would slip up and get his ass beat, you would love it more than anything is Ric Flair. They did undersell his return, Jacob, but he made it. I think he made it final 3 in that match. He, like, finally got eliminated by Roman in the final 3. He got to eliminate Randy Orton, which was sick. I didn't think they were going to give him that. I thought they were going to have Orton eliminate him. Let me see. Yeah, eliminated. McIntyre won, last eliminating Reigns. Hey, he made it final 3. And he had 3 eliminations in the match, which was tied with Seth Rollins for the 3rd highest set of eliminations that night. The only people who had more eliminations than them were Drew McIntyre, who won the match with 6, and Brock Lesnar with the all-time record of 13. 2020. Oh, yeah. 20 to the Christian. Yeah, the undersell with Christian coming back. That really pissed me off because Christian should have had another run-in. As great as Christian Cage is, I still prefer the Christian character. I can't explain it. Like, it's rare that you can almost play the same character just in slightly different ways, and it makes them so worlds different. But I would love to see Christian versus Christian Cage. It would be wild. It would be insane. And Jericho, of course, is probably my other... Jericho, Rollins, Piper, and Edge, I think, are the greatest heels of all time. Triple H is amazing. Triple H is up there as well. But there was just... Jericho was so real as a heel that nobody else really was. And Rollins... Crash Out Rollins is my favorite heel. Yeah, Christian Cage and AEW, like, original... Like, him coming in was so good. And recently, it's just been so bad. He failed his cash-in, correct? I'm not wrong in saying that? This is wild. There are 6 minutes left in the show, and we're doing a commercial break right now. They're going to cut back, and it's the ending sequence of the match. What was even the point of this? Yeah. Oh, damn! Oh, in case you missed the whole show, here's the headlines. They're going to update you on everything you missed. Yeah. Christian should have won, though. Christian should have won his cash-in attempt. We are awful people. Prime hydration, more like prime. He's going for this lion salt. Oh, he got the knees up. Nice, calling it a lion salt, Pat McAfee. Look at that. Logan with the eyes shut. Pretty brave. Oh! Ref? Ref, do we not notice the turnbuckle pad? Wasn't the exposed turnbuckle. Oh! Nice. Going for that springboard lariat. Counter with a super kick. Three minutes left in the show. Unless they have an overrun. I don't know if they do. This is going to be the big false finish here. Yeah. Yeah. Moments like that, that's where the inexperience shows. That's a moment where you have to take a second to get to the pinfall. Because that's where the audience eats it up. Oh my god, Logan Paul's about to be champion. Uso splash. Okay. Yeah, that checks out. Quarterback is still wild. All right, Cody Rhodes is back. 1 minute left in the show, by the way. Ref, where you at, buddy? Tag match you were talking about might happen. I don't doubt it. Ref. Ref, we're going off air in 30 seconds. You better get your ass up. Ref. Two, three. Wild. Yeet! Thank God Logan Paul's not champion. They had me for a second, I'm not going to lie. I forgot about the whole Cody Rhodes thing. Damn. Yeah, gotta speed run that because we only have 2 weeks to build for the next show. Damn. Yeah, when Cena ran in, I genuinely did fear for my life for a second. I thought it was over for Uso there. Well, I appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoyed watching with me, please like the video. It does help a lot, I think. I don't know if that's true, but we can pretend. Definitely doesn't not help anything, so keep that in mind. And I will catch you all the podcast this week. Coming up on probably Thursday, getting posted, and I will be back live on Believe Wrestling on next Saturday with a watch-along classic of ECW 2006 One Night Stand. Until next time. Don't do don't do drugs, stay in school. In that order. Unless you're no longer in school. Then don't do either. Later.